Funding and Varied Conceptions of Success in the Film Industry, a research project by Tara Wallace for my Communications Research course with Professor Cahill in the fall semester of 2023. My hypothesis: the source of funding a film has can affect the film creator's concept of its success. For my academic article, The Global Impact of Public and Private Funding on Cultural and Economic Movie Success, Evidence from German Film Funding's purpose was to explore the correlation of a film's funding and its commercial success. It argues that though movies, like other entertainment industry products, are risky investments, they offer cultural and economic value which benefits society. The results of this study confirmed the researchers' expectations regarding the impact of quality signals and a clear interaction effect, wherein public funding attracts private funding and vice versa. Professional critics' expert ratings of cinematic success was shown not to be influenced by the film's type of funding, though cast popularity slightly precluded their supposedly objective prospective valuation. Both public and private funding increases local and global box office success, though neither can be credited with enhancing the quality of the film. For my trade article, I chose Independent Film Grants Explained, published on October 29, 2021, by the Media Services blog. The article offers a great deal of information encompassing the financial opportunities grants can offer, why organizations offer them, when a filmmaker should apply for one, and breaks down the differences between grants offered by different patrons. It goes on to offer insights to help filmmakers decide which kind of grant is a good fit for them and their project. Further, it offers guidance on how to prepare for and go about creating an effective film grant proposal. It also points out that every grant is different and must be approached differently. The authors continuously encourage its readers to do more research on the specific grants they're interested in. For instance, where the money comes from, if the money is available for independent films in your niche, and if there are any restrictions on the use of the money. Importantly, the article emphasizes that not only is the project being considered, but the filmmaker themselves may be what fits the organization's niche and may be the reason they receive funding. For my popular article, I chose Private Equity Follows Quality, Not Quantity, into Fickle Indie Market by Angus Finney, published in Variety on November of 2022. Though investing in indies has always been considered an exciting, albeit risky, investment, the prospects of recouping equity have decreased even further in recent years. The article keenly notes 3 factors for the further decline in reaping returns. First, there used to be a semi-reliable supplementary proceeds from DVD and TV, but these ended with the financial crisis of 2009. Second, there's no longer any back-end sharing of platform profit due to streaming services becoming the industry standard. Thirdly, these streaming platforms are commissioning original content at such a high rate that indie producers are left with slim pickings of talent and equity partners for their productions. The article goes on to quote the highly esteemed expert industry analyst Stephen Follows. He notes that between 1999 and 2018, only 3.4% of American-made independent films made a profit. The article did not ignore there are, of course, exceptions, including A24, who have developed a diverse distribution and production formula. It also highlighted films that focus on quality and originality, defying the mainstream, are the best bet in this market and time. For my research method, I elected to conduct focus interviews with an array of actively working industry professionals of varying ages, genders, and races from my professional network who were willing and able to participate. My study focused on the forms of financial investment, such as studios, grants, private investors, and how a production's funding may impact its success in the eyes of its creators. My interviewees had a wide range of opinions in response to my questions and their perceptions thereof. It felt the most useful way to proceed was to let them respond to my questions as they felt moved to. This approach offered a great deal of insight. Patterns from the data crossed a spectrum of topics, from how each defines success to what they value in an investor. From these identified patterns, key findings were clearly established. Learning and growing throughout the process is part of the process. Perceptions of a successful production process and the resulting product thereof evolve throughout one's career. Peer and audience feedback are very meaningful. Investors often want to inject their input. Creative control is very important to maintain. Once a story has been selected for production, getting the right actors involved is essential. These key findings, which all of my participants individually made note of, were not surprising and reinforced my hypothesis. What did surprise me was the realization their responses provided regarding the reality of how difficult it is to make money on an independent film. But what stood out the most was the fact that everyone embraced and deeply valued the learning curve as central to the process. After completing my analysis, I have established good foundational data to build upon. For instance, as film and other entertainment products shift from ownership-based toward access-based consumption via subscription models, my future studies would look deeper into the effects of this on indie filmmakers. Also, the fact that traditional film stars hold less and less merit and are becoming fewer, while social media influencers who cater to niche audiences become more alluring to consumers, would be taken into account, along with what elements add value to a production, increasing its chances of success.